This video is about importing web inquiries into Multilink. The best thing to do is to set up a separate folder specifically to put those web inquiries in. In this case, you can see I've made a folder. I meant to call it Web Enquires, but I've accidentally called it We Inquiries, so I'll just rename it. So I've made a folder called Web Inquiries. And any inquiries come in, I move them into this folder. You can set up rules in Outlook to have that happen automatically. It's just very useful to do that, to have a special folder for your web inquiries, because when you run Multilink to pick up those web inquiries, it's going to search a particular folder. And if you just use your inbox, that can be very slow because most people have some thousands of messages in their inbox, and Multilink is going to read each of those looking for web inquiries, so it just will be very slow. So it's much more practical to have a separate folder. You can call it web inquiries, you can call it whatever you like, it doesn't really matter. Just to have just specifically any inquiries you get from the internet moved into that folder. Then when you run Multilink, all you have to do is go to add people up the top, import web inquiries. Now this screen is kind of looking at Outlook. It's just opening the same things you'll see in Outlook. So if I go back to my Outlook, you can see I've got these two accounts, and I've got one here for Multilink, and it's got a web inquiries folder. If I go back to Multilink and I see here, I'm looking at that same Multilink account, and I've got a web inquiries folder. So on this screen, I'm just telling Multilink, this is the folder I've got my web inquiries in, and when I click read inquiries, that's the folder it's going to search. So I'm all ready to go now. So I click read inquiries, and it says it's found one inquiry. As you can see, it's pulled out the name, the email address, and the description, and you'll just have to go through them one at a time, and for each person, you'll have to go through the process of saving it. But that is the basic process for importing web inquiries. It's simply a matter of add new people, import web inquiries. Multilink will remember which folder you used last time, so if you set up and use the same folder, you won't have to reset it. So web inquiries, and then read, click the read inquiries button, which have come into your Outlook into Multilink automatically with no need to rekey the names and such.